Hi, I'm Thomas Rücksties, and in this module I want to tell you about some tools that I've developed called mtools. Mtools is a set of Python scripts that let you parse, filter, and visualize MongoDB log files. In addition, there are some tools that let you quickly spin up MongoDB environments, like sharded clusters, on your local machine for testing or debugging purposes. Before we get into it, I'd like to start with a big caveat. mtools is not an official product of MongoDB. mtools is open source, and you can download it on GitHub. I maintain it on GitHub as well. You can report issues directly there, ask questions in the issues section, but we don't support it as a product of MongoDB. I started working for MongoDB as a technical support engineer, and I developed mtools basically to make our jobs easier. We've been looking a lot at log files every day, and we needed to parse out information, connections, slow queries, etc. And so I developed mtools to do that job for me and to work more efficiently. And now our support team actually uses mtools every day. So this is the tool set that we use internally, and I wanted to share that with you and show you how you can use it as well to analyze performance issues or any other problems you might have with MongoDB. So I start with how you can get mtools and how you can install it on your system. mtools is available on GitHub. The address is github.com/Rücksties, my last name, /mtools. There's some text here about what it is. These link to the wiki page where the documentation of mtools is located. And down here we have the installation instructions as well. So if we click on this link here, we get to the installation page. The short story is that you can use pip to install mtools, and ideally you just run pip install mtools. Although there are some dependencies, and depending on which tools you want to use, you will have to resolve some of these dependencies and install them as well. If you use pip to install mtools and don't install it directly from source, then most of the dependencies are resolved for you automatically, with the exception of these two here. You will have to install pymongo if you want to use mlaunch, which is a script that lets you start MongoDB instances. And you will also have to install matplotlib for the plotting component of mtools to visualize the data in charts. And matplotlib in particular is a little tricky to install on some systems. I've created another page that links here, matplotlib installation guide, that explains for different operating systems how you can install these tools. If you are on Mac OS X and are running the latest version, which is Mavericks 10.9, that actually ships with a pre-installed version of matplotlib. However, this version is an old version. It's 1.1.1, and for all the features to work with mtools, you would have to upgrade that to 1.3.1 at least. It will work, but some of the features won't be available if you run with the pre-installed version. So for installation instructions, you can go through these pages here on the GitHub account and follow the steps to install the different dependencies. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about what's actually included with mtools. mtools consists of 6 scripts currently. We have mlogfilter, which lets you filter out lines from log files that meet certain conditions. You can filter by time, you can filter by certain attributes like slow queries or table scans or certain namespaces. You can also merge log files, you can shorten lines and just massage and filter log files. And the result of mlogfilter will also always be in log file format, so you can actually pipe the end result to another mlogfilter or to one of the other tools or some of the Unix tools. mloginfo also parses log files, but it summarizes the information in a log file and outputs some kind of summarized statistics on different aspects of the contents. mplotqueries is the visualization component of mtools. It takes a log file and it renders it in an interactive chart where you can, for example, see slow queries or connection churn or all kinds of different visualizations of your log file. mlogviz is very similar to mplotqueries, except it doesn't require matplotlib. It actually renders the information in the browser as an HTML file. It's completely self-contained, so you can actually give it to someone and they can just open it in their browser. It doesn't have all the features that mplot queries has, but if you just want to quickly look at a scatter plot of the queries in your log file, then this is a nice alternative. mlaunch doesn't actually look at log files. mlaunch is there to spin up test environments, including replica sets, sharded clusters, or even just standalone nodes very easily. They all run locally on your machine, and it's good for testing and debugging. And finally, there's also a relatively new script called mgenerate, where you can generate structured random data based on a schema that you or template that you specify. And this is inserted automatically into a running MongoDB instance. The documentation for mtools and a lot of examples are on the mtools wiki page here. And you see the same structure. Each of these scripts has their own section in the wiki. So I could go in here. It gives me the usage, all the different options and commands here conveniently in the sidebar, and the description and a lot of examples how to create charts, in this case for the plotting for mplot queries. So if you have any questions on how to use a certain tool and what you can do with it, you should go to the wiki page also here on GitHub.